What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be showcasing my stage 3 clear of the bird. So I want to give a shout out to Nagato for making the team that's able to actually beat this, and the one I actually used for this clear. So it's the one Escanor, Festival King, Green Gulter, and Matrona. So I recorded this like while I was talking with the boys in VC, so I had to mute the audio because we were just, I don't know what we were talking about, but I had to mute it. So I'm kind of just doing basically a voiceover gameplay of like my run on the bird. And I wanted to kind of discuss like tips and tricks for you guys and things that you can do to kind of better your bird runs. And because this is my first stage 3 clear run, you might not think I have a lot of credibility, but I have been doing a lot of bird and definitely testing out like what works and what doesn't, right? So yeah, I've seen what the best buffs are. I've seen what kills runs, what makes runs good runs. I basically at this point, bro, I'm a bird connoisseur. I'm a bird connoisseur. So yeah, I'm kind of just rambling on, but yeah, as you guys can see, basically when you use this team specifically, you're gonna need a 6-6 to 1 Escanor, and I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. You definitely need a 6-6 to 1 Escanor if you're gonna want to attempt with this team. If you want to try a different team, there's other options that do work and that are close enough to getting the job done, just like the 1 Escanor team. And those teams basically are the exact same team here, but you swap the 1 Escanor with either Brunhild or Sariel. So those are like the options you can do. Other teams you can go for as well, which I've seen work. You could do like Brunhilder, and then if you don't have Fest King, you can run like Margaret, Margaret Green Gulter, Matrona. You can even do like just Goddess race. You could do like Margaret, a healer Liz, and then you could do like Sariel, and you can go for like that as like a bonus way to get damage for your Sariel. But from what I've seen, the main two teams that work the best are going to be this team that I'm using right here, and then you also have the Brunhilder, King/Margaret, Green Gulter, Matrona team. Those are going to be like your standard bird teams if you want to be able to clear stage 3. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you have built up like accounts and actually have the units duped up like the 1S for 6 out of 6, you're definitely able to beat this for sure. Because there's a lot of things in my runs that did cuck me, and it's not always going to be a perfect run regardless, right? You're always going to have something to kind of mess up your runs. But as you can see, probably one of the hardest things I would say personally of the bird, like especially in stage 3, is going to be phase 1 and then into phase 3 as well. Because phase 4, you just got to hope you get the right buff. If you get the right buff on phase 4 and you have the right cards, it's definitely an easy W at that point. So, it's all about just having the cards available, knowing when to use the cards, because the bird is a very difficult fight, man. It really is. Because this team took me about, of getting the correct RNG. It took me about, like, a day of just grinding it. It's been on and off. But I've been, trying to attempt and trying to get the W. So, it all really just depends. But yeah, the main buffs, like, I'll show you guys on the screen. I'll have a picture on the screen of my little graphic I made for the best buffs and best debuffs that you would want from for the bird to have. And those are going to be the most optimal ones in my opinion off my experience, and use those as a guide when you're clearing the bird. Because if you get like each of those, like let's say you get the one that increases the critical damage of the bird, that one's fine, because that one, if he doesn't crit, he's not going to do a lot, right? So you keep that one, and then you keep the second one being, I forgot exactly what the second one was actually. I think it was just like the damage reduction one by 40% of just attacks. That one's fine. And then yeah, no, I'm kind of, my mind's kind of blanking right now because I'm just doing a voiceover of the clip. But that one is sufficeable, right? And then as you can see on my screen, actually, I'll mute the I'll replay it back. But if we go back to right here, where it shows the attack related stat, it actually does show the other buffs, by the way. So Desperate Resolve was the one I had as well, so fills the hero's ultimate move gauge by 3. I also have the damage taken decrease, so decrease the hero's damage taken by enemies by 40%. And then also the attack related stats increase, which this one that he got on this phase is actually a good debuff or a good buff for him, because it doesn't really affect me. The attack related stats, like, it's only by 8%, and he doesn't do a lot of damage even with the attack related stats. So this buff, if you get this, and you get these 3 on your first runs, I think you'll be chilling, right? Like, you won't really have much of an issue. Yeah, continuing with the video, if we just let it play. We move on into phase 2 now. So phase 2, we did get the buff we wanted, which is a SSR buff, which I put on the graphic. That's definitely a buff you want to get. And now we kind of just, at this point, we're trying to, just, breeze through, but also save ults when need be. The thing is with the one Esnor's ult is it's hard to know when you want to proc it because it's such a powerful ult in the bird, right? Because the one Esnor's ult is able to double the damage cap because you're able to hit the first damage cap and then also the second damage cap with the ultimate itself. Because if you guys don't know how the one Esnor's ult works, is it does double damage at 6 out of 6, and the second hit will do as much as the first hit as well. So it literally is just double damage. That's why the one Esnor at 6 out of 6 is such a valuable unit on the bird, because he's able to clear, like, you know, half a health bar on the bird when normally you're not able to dish out that much damage. But because it's able to hit the damage cap twice, you're able to do a ton amount of damage, man. So, you know, I'm over here, I'm using King card every turn. That's always what you got to do, by the way, if you're using King on the team. Always use a King card every turn. That is, like, the most important thing I can, like, recommend for you guys. If you King card every turn, you know, you're going to be getting the damage reduction, and also be able to tank as many hits as possible. It allows for you to have team survivability, you know, for sure. Yeah, we got some good card energy there. We're able to rush an ult again. We have the one SR ult already procced. So, you know, at this point, I was deciding, like, what card should I use to clear the phase, because I didn't really know what card would clear. But, you know, we go for the rank 3 there. If I remember correctly, we just had to make sure we get the kill. But I do rush ultimate if I'm not mistaken. Let's see exactly what I do here. Yeah, so I just go for it, and then yeah, we do the dissolves. Yep, not bad. So we go for the power strike, right, and then we drop the dissolve. He gets the kill, which is perfect. So we're able to actually move on to the third phase, and the third phase is where on the bird of stage 4 or of stage 3, of phase 3, you want to make sure you kill him as fast as possible. If you guys don't know, the bird is actually going to apply a debuff every turn. That's a gray debuff, and you cannot cleanse it. And basically every turn he's going to apply a worse and worse debuff. So that's when you want to, at that point, you know, suffice for the damage, and you want to make sure you're able to kill as fast as possible. So what I go for is the rank 2 right there. We drop the one SNR ult, we do crit, so we do hit damage cap right there, right, which is really good. So we're able to actually basically clear half of his health instantly, which is very good. And so the run right now is looking, you know, pretty good. It could be a dead run still because, you know, the card RNG there was not the greatest, and we did lose a lot of you know, a lot of our good cards that we had to. But here's where the bird's going to proc the debuff, as you can see. So he applies that debuff, which is the stance disable, which is the first one. The second one is going to be a debuff disable, and then the third one's going to be a buff disable. If you get to the third one, at that point, just quit, because there's no way you're beating it past the third debuff, in my opinion, just from, like, doing my runs. So past the third debuff, you're not beating it. It's just not possible, because you're not gonna be able to dish out enough damage. So yeah, I don't do a lot of damage there, so I think my run's dead at that point. But we do top deck a bunch of SNR cards and a rank up as well, so we're able to get the ultimate. And we also do have buff removal with Matrona, so I'm not really worrying about the run at this point. You know, I think at this point I was like, you know, okay, I can pull this off. I just have to remove his buffs this turn, so we clear the evade. And then we go for the rank up on the 1, and we just, you know, easily are able to just kind of, you know, suffice with the damage. I think what I do actually is I move King. Oh no, okay, I use it. Okay, I just go straight up for the kill. We have to make sure. So you get the rank up onto the 1, and you know, at this point I was like, is this gonna kill? There's no way the 1 doesn't kill here. Like, he had to kill here. So, you know, having the extra crit chance, by the way, as a link with Merlin is also very good, because it makes it so that I'm able to do that. And I got, if we pause the video right here, actually, if you check to see what buff I got for the bird right there, that is the perfect buff you want. This is the most optimal, like, buff setup for Demonic Beast passives applied. I think these 5 are going to be the most optimal buffs that you actually want on the boss right here, right? Because it's going to allow you for him not to have a revive, and you're actually able to kill without really worrying if you get enough DPS cards. This one is just where he applies attack related down on the character he's single targeting, which he's only going to be single targeting Matrona if you have the taunt up. So that's why this buff is so good for the boss, because you don't want him to have a revive, and you don't want him to have the other one where he heals to full HP. So continuing with the video, we move on. And we have the one SNR, we have King ult, so we're able to get a beefy King shield by dropping King shield, right? So we drop King, drop King ult, we drop the one SNR ult, we just go for damage at this point. There's nothing else we can do. We just have to go for the damage. We dropped the ult, no crit unfortunately on the the king ult right there. We don't crit on the 1 SNR ult either, but we already have cleared half of the you know, the bird's HP on stage 4 right there. More than half. That's like 75%. Right? That's really good. So as you can see, he does the damage, and he's able to actually, you know, do a ton there on my Matrona, and he applies the attack related down as I explained. So let's see. So he goes for another single target there. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're able to put up another taunt. We make sure to use king card first. So we get the damage dealt for the 1. You know, do as much damage as possible. That's always the priority here when you're going for damage. I mean, I didn't know how I wanted to go about it, so I actually just used Gowther so I don't get Gowther ultimate, because we don't want to actually, you know, get a Gowther ultimate in my hand here. I want to get as much DPS cards as I can, because I want to just finish the fight as fast as possible. So right here, we do get lucky and we get a merge, and we get a rank up too. So at this point in the bird fight, I was getting really lucky, and I had a buff removal as well. So it was just perfect setup at this point, man. It really was. It all just like came together with this run at the end here. But yeah, and then he goes for the AoE, doesn't kill King, and we know that we're set for the win. So we remove the buff, so he removes all the buffs right there. I think I ranked up King, right? And I also showed the attack related buff that he had. So then we just go for the rank up on King. If I'm not mistaken, I think I go for it. I think I go for the rank up on King. I don't think I go for it on the 1. Yeah. It was just a free rank 3 power strike. That's a lot of damage, right? And then following up with the 1 bonk, there was no way the boss was living. So at this point, you go for the buff removal, right? It doesn't do a lot, and I'm scared at that point. I'm like, oh dang, is this gonna do enough damage to kill? And then we see how much the power strike does, and it is able to do 170k. Following up with the bonk, we get the crit, finish it off, and 158k right there, man. So that's my clear of stage 3 of the bird, and like my tips and tricks, kind of going over how you should go about when beating the bird, man. It was a really crazy run, and I think, you know, being my first stage 3 clear, it gives me an idea of how strong it is and how hard the fight must have been earlier for a lot of people. Because it's definitely one of the hardest fights in Grand Cross. I think like easily the most difficult challenge we've had in this game. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.